Israel, a tiny country in the Middle East region and surrounded by the majority Muslim countries. Back then, Israel had fought many wars with their neighbors.
Israel officially declaring its independence triggered a tipping point. Arab forces from Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq marched to Palestine.
Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's current prime minister, is the longest-serving prime minister in the history of Israel. Back then, years ago, when he was Israel's ambassador to the UN, there he met a Rebbe, where a Rebbe prophesied that he will going to be the last prime minister of Israel, and he had a mission from God to prepare for the coming Messiah. This led to the controversy, or this a myth for the people of Israel.
מה שלא יאות, וגם משהו שעדיין משיח ליבו, אז הייתה משהו במה ידיעתו.
Rebbe, his name is Menachem Mendel's son. He was born on 18 April 1902 in Nikolaev. Back then it was under USSR Empire and present in Ukraine. So in 1941, he and his wife during World War II, they fled from Europe because of fear the occupation of Nazi to the France. They fled from Europe to the US. So the motive was quite motivated because of fears of persecution or anti-Semitic. So when he arrived in the US, he became the 7th Rebbe of Germany, and he died on 12th June 1994. Benjamin Netanyahu is the longest-serving prime minister in the history of Israel. He was born on the land of Israel in October 21st, 1949 in Tel Aviv. His father, Benjamin Netanyahu, and they moved to the US, and there he completed his schooling in Peninsula during his father's academic posting. So when Benjamin Netanyahu turned at the age of 18, he was enlisted in the IDF and served in an allied special force. During his serving in the military, he had faced many ups and downs where he encountered his brother's death. So this make him more burdened for the future of Israel. Netanyahu entry into the politics came in the early 1980s when he was the Israel ambassador to the UN. His speech was strong and stance on Israel's security, which earned attention at the stage of his political career. In the year 1995, Yitzhak Rabin, the Prime Minister of Israel, signed an Oslo Accord. It's basically a peace between Israel and Palestine. So, before the upcoming poll, the Yitzhak Rabin, Prime Minister of Israel, conduct a peace rally for the support of the Oslo Accord. The atmosphere at the rally was charged with enthusiasm and optimistic as the aspiration of many for brighter future of Israel and the Palestine. After the peace rally over, the Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin was walking towards and trying to move it to his car. There he got shot 3 times by the Israelis. His name is Yigal Amir. The main motive of this assassination, the Yigal Amir is a Jewish extremist. He believed that Yitzhak Rabin misled the people of Israel, and that's the reason this assassin Yigal Amir, and later he was convicted for the assassination. Back then, Benjamin Netanyahu had already entered in politics. On 29 May 1996, Benjamin Netanyahu was elected as the Prime Minister of Israel, and this is the beginning of his first term in office, and some Israelis say that he's going to fulfill the prophecy of Rebbe. Under the leadership of Benjamin Netanyahu, he is focusing on national security and economics reform. However, in the year 1999, he was defeated by Ehud Barak, a leader of the Labour Party. This transition in leadership reflected the dynamic nature of Israel politics. During that period, Benjamin Netanyahu was seen as a normal minister. In 2009, Benjamin made a remarkable comeback and he secured his leadership under this second period.
This is the 6th time I am presenting a government headed by me for the Parliament's approval, and I am as excited as the first time.
After 2 months of intensive negotiations, Netanyahu assembled Israel's most far-right, ultra-nationalist government ever.
Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is the longest-serving Prime Minister in the history of Israel. He focused on navigating complex geopolitical challenges, addressing security concerns, and overseeing economic development. Until date, he served almost 15 years since the time he got elected in the 1996, his first term and his second term 2009. From that time onward until date, he is the longest-serving Prime Minister, and some Israelis believe that he is the one who will prepare for the coming Messiah to fulfill the prophecy that Rebbe had told way back then in the year 1980s when he met a young Benjamin Netanyahu as the Israel ambassador to the UN. And is this a myth, or it will going to fulfill the prophecy of Rebbe? This time will tell.